Ooh, the audio. I mean the video. Good morning.
Good morning, sweetheart.
Don't sweetheart me.
Why?
You know why?
Good morning, sweetheart. That's too funny.
He said sweetheart and darling.
Darling.
Be like, stop it.
Darling is such an old word.
But he's an old man.
Yeah, that's true. That be truth. Let's see what we got today. What a Saturday morning. It's February 11th, and I'm excited. Great
I thought
weekend.
you was gonna be like, my birthday tomorrow.
No, I was gonna wait and do it later. My birthday tomorrow, though. I'm excited about it.
Okay, one of these stories you wouldn't hear I had not heard about.
What's up?
The sun?
Yeah, piece of the sun broke off. Now imagine that happened, and then it caused some type of polar vortex in space. That's some scary stuff to think about, ain't it?
Mm-hmm.
Like it's like extremely hot.
I know.
How though? How does a piece of the sun break off? And then the scientists are like, I don't know what's going on with this. This is first time I ever heard about this.
Material from a northern prominence just broke away from the main filament and is now circulating in a massive polar vortex around the north pole of our star.
What's our star? Is that just a thing? Like the thing that they be talking about the space be
Like, I don't know exactly which star they're talking
uh
about. It's our star.
like HOOUR or
No,
OUR.
OUR, like possessive.
See, that's the crazy thing about the English language too. Hour and hour
Don't start that song.
spelled different, but it's the same.
Don't start that song. Good morning, Mama.
Good morning.
Implications for understanding the sun's atmospheric dynamics above 55 degrees here cannot be overstated.
It said what?
So this is not the first time that they've seen a piece break away
Good
from the
morning, Linda.
sun. Good morning, Linda.
Yeah.
But this is the first time that it has formed a polar whirlwind.
Mm. Is it moving anywhere?
Yeah,
Where is it moving to?
I guess it's like it said it's orbiting
Around the sun?
a star. I don't
Oh,
know what star. That's the star in
oh,
question.
the hour star. Confused, man. But when I saw it, I was like, God, Lee, man, what did that mean for me?
Nothing.
That's crazy though. That happened. You said
So
this
apparently it happens every 11 years.
really why we didn't hear about it 11 years ago?
Well, it's a hedge grow in the solar plasma that happens at exactly the same spot around the sun's polar crown every 11 years,
Oh, it's like the sun is just shedding.
essentially.
Good morning, Miss. What that say?
Miss
Gayla.
Gala. Gala. Um, I don't know. This is confusing.
Is it?
Yep. So if y'all weren't here at the very beginning when we first started, um, Tammy sent me a story about a piece of the sun breaking free and forming a strange vortex. And I'm confused. I am confusion.
And anytime they talk about the sun, I always think of hot.
That's all you got.
Yep, that's the joke of the day, guys.
But
Man, I have you ever woke up with a headache and you're like, man, I don't know what to do.
regularly.
Yeah,
Usually mine is from lack of sleep.
I don't know what. Like I get plenty of sleep, but I just woke up with a
That
headache.
must be nice.
Man, you like dog. Why complain about sleep?
I didn't complain. I said that must be nice. Where was the complaint?
Just the undertones of the that must be nice.
You're inferring things
I
that
am.
I didn't say.
I did infer that you had an undertone in your must be nice, and that
I
your must
just
be
said
nice
it
is a
must
dig at
be
me
nice.
for being able to sleep at night because of the boy. Is that true?
It just must be nice.
Man, I mean, like it is what it
And
is,
this little
but
boy up at 3:45 in the morning looking for my missing earbud. And he acting like he helping.
yeah, he just surprised us.
He was like, it's a flashlight on. What are we doing here, mommy? This was all while he was refusing to eat and
Yeah,
also refusing to go back to sleep.
yeah,
He was just up.
that's funny, man. I fell asleep playing the game.
Of course you did.
Oh, thanks.
Oh, thank you.
I like doing this. Honestly, I like the setup of everything.
And
Like,
I like doing this more than I like doing like the reviews and stuff
yeah.
because we get to talk about like actual life.
We get to talk about things that we would normally talk about during the week outside of a TV show we watched.
May or may not have watched.
Yeah. I would have watched it because,
Well, I wouldn't have necessarily watched it on Wednesday night
yeah,
or Thursday.
you probably would have watching it
I
the
probably would have
weekend.
pushed it to the weekend
Yeah.
if it was up to me.
Well, tomorrow is the Super Bowl.
It is.
You excited?
No.
I am.
Super Bowl commercials haven't really been that great lately.
Man.
Because that's why everybody used to watch the Super
Yeah.
Bowl. It's never been because of the game.
Yeah. I watched it for the game
I mean,
and the performances.
but the masses
Yeah.
don't come together to
Right.
watch it for the game. They come together to eat, drink, watch some commercials, and see who's performing. Rihanna's performing. I'm interested to see that. I've never actually seen Rihanna perform in person. Obviously, I still won't see her perform in person after tomorrow because I'm not going to this game.
My favorite song from Rihanna is "Be Better Have My Money." Love that song, man. That was a good bop.
I saw a clip of an interview that she did that was like she's just trying to. She was like it was hard to find 13 minutes of music to celebrate like her entire catalog.
Yeah.
Good morning, Steve.
Good morning, Steve. Steve-O Steve.
It it's going to be interesting. I've never thought about Rihanna's catalog as a whole.
Yeah.
Because like while I like Rihanna, I'm not like a good morning, Rena.
Hey, Rena.
I'm not a huge Rihanna fan like that.
Yeah.
So I only know the hits that hit the radio. Like I'm never gonna know what do y'all call it? The B side.
Yeah.
Never gonna know those.
I'm not either. I'm that same way. Like all the singles.
Mm-hmm.
But it was like her music was real poppy. And
she's a pop artist.
I ain't really into pop music like that. But she got some bangers that I'm like, okay.
Good morning, Miss Tillman. My boss told me that I needed to root for Kansas City. So
oh yeah.
I'm hoping.
Chiefs. Look,
Chiefs was my high school mascot, so I guess I'll go there.
I'm hoping Jalen Hurts wins.
My family though are really big Eagles fans because they're in Delaware.
Oh yeah.
So they're like right there.
There's that geography lesson because we started with Delaware.
So they're all Eagles fans. Well, not all of them. The ones from Delaware or that live in Delaware are all Eagles fans. So
yeah.
Rihanna dominated the club scene in my 20s. She has so much music. It's nostalgic, though I'm not a huge fan. I get it. That's how I feel. Like she definitely was like a huge artist in my 20s. But I kind of equate that also with my feelings about Drake. I don't like Drake's music like that, but I know Drake's radio singles because they're everywhere. Rihanna's music was everywhere.
Yeah. Work. That's one of like I'm pretty sure I'm gonna know all the songs that she sings up there.
Probably.
But I'm just not gonna You know
My favorite Rihanna song should not be a Super Bowl performance, so
what's
I
that?
don't expect to hear it. Take a bow.
I know one thing. If she sings that, take a bow. How that go?
I'm not singing any
Ah.
songs from you today.
It's like how that go, man. I don't know.
The reason that it's my favorite Rihanna song is not necessarily because of Rihanna, it's because of the show The Game. Because Tasha Mack sang it with her whole heart.
Oh yeah, that flew right over my head.
I just told you why.
But I'm super excited. I'm real excited because tomorrow my birthday.
Your birthday is tomorrow.
Yeah. So
If I tell you today, do I have to tell you again tomorrow?
yes.
I'm not gonna tell you today then.
Don't do it.
I'm not.
You know, so I look forward to that. And then this first time I've had a couple firsts with you. Like the first time it snowed on my birthday, we was together.
Mm-hmm.
First time the Super Bowl happened on my birthday, we was together. Thank you. Um, yeah, that's all I got. I thought it was a lot more, but it ain't.
I hope she doesn't sing the Black Panther song. That will bring the whole mood down.
Right.
So we just recently watched this Black Panther movie.
Man, what was your thoughts on it? Without giving away what happened, because somebody might not have watched it yet.
The original will always be better, the
Yep.
first one.
Yep.
I do like how they honored Chadwick throughout
Yeah.
the movie.
Yeah.
And that's all I'll say.
Man,
The Black Panther.
it made me miss him.
It
And I was
did.
like, dog, I ain't even know him like that.
Like that at all.
I mean, I knew him through his works, but it's like, dog.
Like when we finished the movie, I posted on Facebook that I was watching this and was like hashtag Chadwick forever. Like I really was
spoilers
saying.
at this point. It's okay. I don't want to spoil it for nobody.
Yeah, but I mean, it was a good movie. It was rather long.
Yeah, it was
at almost 3 hours.
Yeah, it was a long one. You buckled in for it,
right?
It
It was like we lost a family member together. It was. It's like Chadwick's like the cousin that you don't get to see often.
Yeah.
And then you like, dang, he really gone.
Right. Like, dog, man. But it makes you think about like where he could have been in the universe, in the MCU. And
I was excited about the new character that was introduced. And
which one? Ironheart?
Yeah.
I was super excited about Ironheart.
I think her movie comes out this fall.
I'm not sure. I haven't looked that far, but
I looked and it said fall, but you know that doesn't mean anything because stuff changes all the time.
Yeah. Thank you guys for the birthday wishes.
How old you gonna be?
Huh?
How are you gonna be?
36.
Okay. Well,
36.
Lie.
Nah, what I'm a lie for? Man, I can't go too far. All this gray in my beard, man.
I go the opposite direction. People be like, "How old are you?" Almost 40.
Because you don't have that's what you
have
say.
it. I say almost 40.
Almost 40.
Like collectively,
Shoot,
I am
man.
almost
Like,
40.
I'm gonna be 36, man. I had me and Steve had a conversation. What you
Rena
say?
said, "Little dude about to turn up. He gonna turn up with these kids."
Right.
I can only imagine the hype that Lily's gonna have over his birthday cake.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
It's nothing special.
oh.
But you know how she gets when cake is around.
Yeah.
And she gonna have cake today too.
Yeah.
She's gonna have cake today and cake tomorrow. She
Man,
not gonna know how to act.
She ain't gonna know how to act. I hope she take a nap.
She not.
He like, just lay down for 20 minutes, man. Please.
Nah, I need
Please.
an hour. Solid hour.
Me and Steve talked about how back in college we're at the age where when people come back, we were like, they're the old heads. And now we're the old heads. Yeah. It's crazy, man. Time flies, man, when you're having fun.
You know what? I felt like an old head when we went back, when we drove through campus. Summer 17?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Summer 17 on the way to Cincinnati.
Yeah.
We drove through and that girl was like, y'all been here that long ago? I was like, hold on.
I'm like, hold up.
Chill out. Like, it's been a minute since I was here, but it ain't been that long.
Yeah.
Because I was like, we met here 12 years ago, like at that point. And she was like, what? Better not call me Unc though. You are Unc.
Right? Yeah.
You
Hey,
are, and I'll be auntie. I'm fine with being auntie.
that's
I am an
hilarious.
auntie.
Yeah,
So,
man.
it is what it is. Got two nieces.
First time I had an old moment where like I felt like, oh no, my body is not going up the hill no more. It's going down. Is I had some ice cream one time, and I love ice cream. And about 2:30,
You
3
realize you
o'clock,
was lactose intolerant?
I was like, oh my God, I gotta go. I mean, one of those wake up in the middle of the night, and like if you don't go now, you're gonna have to change your mattress.
Not your sheets, your
Your
mattress.
mattress.
Do you feel like you are in the place you wanted to be by age 36?
um,
And what are your age 36 reflections?
um,
That's a good question. Tommy T.
this gonna sound crazy, but I never thought about age 36. Like at 36, my mom,
Knowing you, that doesn't sound crazy.
right?
But okay, go
My
ahead.
mom had like reflection of it. This is around the time my mom got breast cancer
The first time.
the first time, and so, damn, I just thought about that.
I didn't know she was 36. I knew she was
She
young,
was
but I didn't know she
35,
was
36,
I didn't know it
going
was
through it.
that
Yeah.
early.
Um,
I guess doing the math, yeah,
right.
that's about right.
It makes me think about my sister because my sister is
A girl.
37 now, you
Yeah.
know. Damn. Now at 36, man, I mean, like, I feel like I'm where I'm supposed to be, and my mind is churning the
Mhm.
way that it should be in a matter of getting better. Now, you ask me that 10 years from now, I have a better answer for you
You won't be
because
turning 36.
I know I'll be turning 40, 46. But I thought
Carry
about,
the one.
yeah, right. I finna say 45, but I thought about 46. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
But I never thought about 36 because I thought my 30s was gonna look different anyway.
Hmm. What did you think your 30s would look like?
Um, man, I thought I was gonna be still single in my 30s and just moving and shaking. Never thought about like traveling or anything, but just moving and shaking and stuff. Um, but shoot, 35.
You was going from the south side of Atlanta to the north side of
Right,
Atlanta.
right. I ain't think like this. The crazy part, growing up, having a house or buying a house wasn't a real thing to me.
Hmm.
You know, because neither of my parents bought a house.
Hmm.
No shade to them or anything like that, but it just it wasn't a real thing,
Hmm.
you know. And so, buying a house, getting a master's degree, I definitely didn't think I was gonna have a master's degree after I finished school because I was like, I am done.
Hmm.
Like that was some hard stuff to do, and I don't want to do it no more. But then, got a master's degree. A father of two and a husband.
Hmm.
You know, that's amazing.
Yep. These kids. What did it say? Oh Lord, not the lactose. I found it Christmas of 2016
Oh
for me.
man.
Man, I'm gonna tell you one thing. You cannot find that you have any stomach ailment at my mama's house.
Mm-mm.
And I think about that because if we're not at home, that's usually where we are for Christmas. Because my mother's house only has one bathroom, and Jesus, it's a lot of us in that house on
On
Christmas.
Christmas, yeah.
Like it's a lot of us on the house when we show up. But then when you factor in Christmas and everybody else that comes by,
Yeah.
I'm gonna start going around the corner to my brother's house. I'll be like, just leave me a key.
Linda, don't tell me you blinked and you turned 70. Oh, geez. But time does move though.
I felt like that with oh wait, I'm sharing the post to the wrong page.
That's funny. That happens.
Um I feel like since turning 30, everything has happened like rapid speed. Like I remember turning 20, you can't wait to turn 21 so you can drink illegally.
Yeah.
Then when you turn 21, you like, I can't wait to turn 25 so I can rent a car without all the extra fees. Then you turn 30 and you're like, All right. 35 tomorrow?
What happened to the in between?
Like, I didn't turn 32, did I?
Yeah,
I missed it.
man, it's funny though, man.
And then these last 3 years, like 2020, 2021, and 2022 are just a blur.
Yeah,
Like they
all of it seemed
all
like it's all together.
it's one mini
Yeah,
year.
a very long time.
A long periodical time.
Yeah,
Ain't the way to say
periodical.
it?
That's too funny. Um, yeah, man, it's fun though. Life
Yeah.
is fun. What else we got?
I don't
Man, my head is throbbing.
know. You said the Super Bowl's tomorrow.
Yep, my birthday is tomorrow.
Okay.
How many times have I said that?
A lot. We already talked about this piece of the sun. You put you put my birthday tomorrow. I'm gonna check that off too. The principal and the teacher got caught having sex at school.
Yeah, did you see that?
I think I sent it to you.
Did you?
I think so.
I was like, they just couldn't wait, huh? Got fired over it, and they did a lot of stuff together, and I think they were cheating too, or one of them was cheating.
I agree with that. COVID didn't help because life was on pause, but my dirty 30 was February
Mhm.
2020 and I partied before the shutdown. At this point, Keena remembers my age. I don't. I understand.
What
Like,
did I do for 30?
I didn't do anything for what age was it where we when the world shut down?
2020.
Because you had a birthday,
Hmm.
like a non pandemic birthday. I did. I mean, I did not.
We did the thing. That's when we started my seafood boil, my annual sea. So I have a seafood boil, a family seafood boil, for my birthday just now.
Yeah, I don't know why I went that route because goodness, it's
Yeah.
expensive.
Now we just do it every year.
But how old were we turning?
I don't know, man. What's plus three? We was 33.
So I didn't do anything for. I was when I turned 32. I was pregnant, so I didn't get to party that year. Um, and then every birthday since then was a COVID birthday.
Yeah,
Yeah, because we went to see Amanda Seals for my 32nd,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, that's when I was pregnant with Lily.
You was just pregnant,
We know
or you
just.
you was just showing.
I was 4 months out from delivery. I was halfway there. Um, which school? Steve said which school?
Man, I'm trying to pull that article up, man.
It was a Georgia school.
Was it?
Mm-hmm. Banks County Elementary School. Excuse me.
And they say his wife filmed him. I'm just reading that. That's interesting. Banks County Elementary School principal
I have
and
no idea
PE
where Banks
teacher.
County
I
is.
don't either. Engaged in sexual activity at the school. A Georgia elementary school principal and teacher resigned after an investigation found that there was evidence that they had a sexual relationship and that sexual activity took place. I wonder who found that information.
um, I thought you said an investigator was.
Yeah,
That's who found it.
I'm just saying who was like, yeah, it was an elementary school, Steve. Who was like, well, let's investigate these two.
Um, didn't you just say his wife?
But I mean, like if she filmed them, she had to be in on it.
No, she was. They it what I just read because I hadn't gotten that far in this article, but what I just read was that they had had a inappropriate relationship for years,
Oh,
spanning them both being at other schools.
oh, hmm,
So she knew she was finna go figure it out,
yeah, mm,
And then everybody got to lose their job.
I don't understand though. I want to have sex at school as an adult. I can
Well,
see
I won't say at school. You'll have to say at work
right
because that's why they were at
yeah
school.
at work.
Mm-hmm.
I can understand kids to a certain extent, but adults like just wait. Like you're that you know riled up that you can't just
Not riled up
riled up. You know,
and with emotion.
got to get to it. You know, type of deal that you just can't wait till after work off the premises because the first thing it is, I wouldn't want anybody from work to know what we're doing.
Especially because you're cheating on your spouse.
Right. So I'm gonna keep that. I'm gonna keep that lock and key.
Should be how it goes. Um, I don't know why they couldn't wait. Well, I'm find out where Banks County, Georgia is. Banks County, Georgia
I ain't really sure on that myself.
is located in the northeastern part of the state.
Not as a student, how do you respond to that? Because kids be knowing things now.
I hope elementary kids don't know, but that's not to say that they
Man, we was
don't.
hunching in elementary school.
I was not.
I just told what I was doing.
Oh, okay. So it's north. You know where Jefferson is?
Nah.
Okay, let's give you some places that you know. Flowery Branch is off 985, right?
Yeah.
So instead of cutting across 985, keeping up 85,
hmm
you're gonna pass Brazelton,
Oh.
then Jefferson, then Commerce, where the mall is,
Yeah.
and they're right after the mall
Oh,
in
okay.
Commerce.
Okay. I know where you at. Old Banks County. But yeah,
Look
man.
look at me knowing a little bit about Georgia.
A
I
little
know
bit.
that area, but Commerce is where I end.
Yeah. A little bit. Um, yeah, that's crazy. The students probably like, man, they was in there having sex.
Okay, so at what age of these elementary kids would know this?
Fifth
though?
graders. Gotta be fifth
Okay, so
graders.
it's just the top two
Yeah,
at
the
best.
older
The
kids
fifth and
know.
sixth graders.
The third graders are you counting sixth grade? That's not elementary school.
Well, it was elementary when I was in
It's
elementary.
middle school.
Okay, so fifth grade, the last
Yeah.
group of kids.
When I was in elementary school, I used to think the fifth grader was so tall. Like they were like they were high school students to me, you know.
So I have been this same height
Yeah, you was a giant then.
since fifth grade. I just didn't grow anymore.
Yeah,
I grew really
that's too funny,
fast,
man.
like real quick growth spurt. Never grew again.
Yeah,
What else do you have? LeBron James, is he the GOAT now?
I can't say that he's the GOAT because I think MJ is always going to be my number one player.
Agreed.
But I can say LeBron James has definitely marked himself as one of the greats. Like if you built the Mount Rushmore of basketball today, you have to put him on there.
LeBron.
Now I like him as a player and as a businessman. And I hate that he gets so much hate because he doesn't win every time he goes to the finals, but he's been to the finals 9 times. Like he's won 4 of them. Yeah, it's not a good record, but just think of how many times greats don't make it to the finals.
Think about how many greats don't make it to the playoffs.
Now it's more that don't make it to the finals than
I
it
know.
is to the playoffs. But man, this dude is good. He's 38 years old.
That's got to be hard on his body.
And
Like still playing
right
as he does at 38.
He's
Because by
averaging
35, my knees be like, nah.
that's because you don't use them every day.
And then I look at like my stepdad who played basketball in college.
Yeah.
He's played in the senior Olympics. He still will do a pickup game with young people.
Yeah.
As he likes to call us.
With the young people.
With the young people. And I think about how his knees be aching. I'm like, LeBron is playing a lot more
Yeah,
dominantly than he does because he's still just
man,
every so often dribbling the ball.
man. LeBron James at 38 is still relevant and an asset to the team.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, not like taking a second, like how Dwayne Wade became Robin when
Mm-hmm.
LeBron came.
Yeah.
LeBron is still Batman on the Lakers. He's looking for somebody so he can become Robin. But like I think now he's just kind of like out there to have fun. He wants to win the championship, but he ain't gonna win one with the Lakers and the team that they got now.
Which is sad
Yeah,
that
you want to see him get another one, but I mean,
it is what it is.
yeah.
I wonder though, how is
And then hold that thought. And then also, I hate that people like they be like he teamed up with Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh to win a championship. Blah this, blah that. He still had to win it.
he did.
Like that was the thing. He still had to go out there and perform.
So him breaking the record recently. What is the record? Leading scorer?
Yeah, like all time
I was saying.
points.
I was trying to figure out exactly what
Good
they
morning,
call it.
Dub.
Um, basically, he got the most points in the NBA.
Yeah,
All right,
most
so
points scored ever in the
ever.
NBA
So Kareem Abdul-Jabbar held that record from
for 40 years.
was it 84,
Yeah.
83?
83, 84 season.
Okay, so he held that record from the 83, 84 season until now. I always wonder, how does that feel to have someone shatter your record that you've held for all this time? Because that was his claim to fame for 40 years.
I mean, I would imagine that you broke my record,
Mm-hmm.
but I would also imagine that you broke my record. You know, I would think that he would be elated because finally I got to see somebody break my record.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that like I put out there. And because if you think back to through LeBron's career,
Mm-hmm.
it has been amazing to watch the things that he's done. And I mean, for Kareem to put up that type of career, and he know what he went through, and then for to see somebody else break it,
Mm-hmm.
and knowing what they went through, it's like, man, that's cool. Now I wonder how long this like before the next person breaks the record
It's
because
a long way to go because it's LeBron, Kareem, Karl Malone, and then Kobe.
yeah,
So it's still not an active player
yeah, that's what
in
I'm
that
saying.
group.
But the thing about it is, it's like all these guys like Kareem, 2 pointers.
Mm-hmm.
LeBron was a mix of 2 pointers and 3 pointers. Like that's the most. Like let's talk about that for a second.
Mm-hmm.
Kareem made this. I don't know how many 3 pointers he made, but it wasn't a lot because he wasn't shooting like that. He
Mm-hmm.
got 38,380 something points
I have the
from
stat
two
pulled up.
pointers.
Oh no, I don't. I had the
Like
stat
at least
pulled up.
LeBron had a couple 3 pointers in there that helped.
38,387.
87 from 2 pointers. and foul shots. Gotta
Mm-hmm.
gotta include the foul shots. So he missed one.
Sky hooks.
Yeah. So that's the most amazing part about it. Like he scored a lot. And LeBron James had 3 pointers and stuff like that. I don't think LeBron's record is gonna stand for a very like it's not gonna stand for 40 years because like people are shooting out the gym at this point.
Yeah, the next active player is Carmelo,
Yeah, Carmelo's not gonna break that.
and he's at 11.
Yeah. Where is Steph at?
Not in the top 20.
He not.
Mm-mm.
But I would say somebody that's shooting threes is gonna make it. Is gonna break that
KD
record.
is next after Carmelo.
At what? Yeah, KD is not gonna break
KD
it.
is at 16.
KD damn near done.
James Harden is 32. Russell Westbrook is 33. Steph Curry is number 44.
Yeah. Okay. He ain't gonna touch it either. Jordan Poole. Jordan Poole gonna get it. Yep, Dub. I'm with you. Jordan is always gonna be my GOAT. But for me, it's like a three-headed monster. It's Jordan, Kobe, and LeBron. Until I see somebody else be as dominant. I'm hoping it's either Ja or Zion. If Zion stays healthy,
Mhm.
I think Zion can take over with Ja as the elites in the NBA.
Perhaps.
But I still want to see Memphis make it over that hump.
I would love to see Memphis make it over the
Only
hump.
if they're not playing the Celtics, man.
If they play the Celtics and make it over, I would be all right. You probably wouldn't, but I would be okay with
I would be losing
it.
it.
But I also am only a Celtics fan by marriage,
Yeah.
not
That's all right.
in general.
We'll take that.
Rudy Gay was on this list, like he was like number 90. And that just made me think somewhere around this house, I have a Rudy Gay signed t-shirt.
Steve said he think he's from Memphis now. Man,
Ja does think he's from Memphis, and that is a problem.
Yeah.
Because he is not.
He is not from Memphis.
He better let T do whatever he need to do. And not
who's that is that?
need to let T do whatever he needs to do and just be on the court.
I hope he just focuses. He like he's a great player, right?
Mhm.
I just hope the things outside, because there's something going on with, I guess, his group or his people, what they call entourage, was like messing with the Pacers or something like that.
T.
It wasn't T. And then they trying to fight Uncle Shannon. They trying to fight
That's what
Unc.
Steve don't want to be. He don't want to be Uncle Shannon.
They trying to fight Unc.
I don't know that anyone is going to have the years of play to pass LeBron. He's been in the league 20 years. That's true. Like I
Now,
don't see it happening. Not with the current active players and where they
no.
stand with their
I don't think who's breaking the record is in the NBA today, because they're not old enough to be.
Mhm.
But I don't think it's gonna stand for 40
You think
years.
it's like some 16 or 17-year-old?
I think it's
right
gonna
now?
it's a 12-year-old somewhere that Steph Curry is their favorite player,
Mhm.
and all they doing are shooting threes.
And they trying to be the Splash Brothers 2.0.
Man, super splash brother.
I would gladly take Uncle Shannon's paper, wouldn't we all?
Man, me too. Why you think I be making these podcasts, man? That's a lucrative business.
It can be.
It's fun to me though, man. I think LeBron puts a target on his children's back, because of somebody brought the comparison with Jordan and his kids versus LeBron and his kids. Because it's so invasive, it's gonna be hard for Bronny when he gets. I think it's next year he goes to college or something like that. But it's gonna be tough for him if he doesn't live up to anything his daddy did, because he's always gonna be compared to him. Bryce, on the other hand, is only gonna be compared to his brother.
Mm-hmm.
It's not only, but he's gonna be compared to his dad, but more so to his brother than anything else, which is an unfair comparison.
Steve, to answer your question, the average NBA career is 4.8 years. Point guards have the longest careers at an average of 5.6 years.
Yeah.
So LeBron has had 4 average NBA careers.
Yeah.
Or 5 average NBA careers, technically.
Yeah. Man, Dub, that is so true, man. Cause back home, it's funny. Back home, my dad was a great football player. I played football. I was good, but I wasn't as good as he was.
Mm-hmm.
But I was smarter than my dad. You know, like I don't want to say
Academically.
academically. I was finna say I don't want to say intellectually, but academically I was smarter than him and I made better grades than he did. So it's like it's a give and take, you know. Or let's take track for example. He was faster. He ran the 100 meter and the 200 meter. I ran the 400.
Hmm.
He couldn't beat me in the 400, and I couldn't beat him in the 100. You know, so the comparisons were there, but it wasn't. You
You
know,
couldn't compare apples and apples. Like you weren't trying to break your dad's
nah,
records or
nah,
anything.
not at all. But my kids though, I want them to break everything I know. I want them to do it better than me.
Your kid's gonna be like, I don't want to do any of
They
this.
right, right. They gonna be like, man, I don't want to do none of that stuff.
Oh, I didn't know his podcast hit 1 million subscribers.
Yeah,
You know what? I haven't subscribed to it, but I've watched episodes, and the episodes that I've watched, I have enjoyed.
like he's a great conversationist, man.
Yeah, like it's been good conversations. I just I have a hard time being able to watch something in long form like that. So I just don't. I usually catch like shorts and stuff like that to find out the highlights of what was
Yeah,
said.
yeah.
So if he would have had an average career, he wouldn't have come close to breaking that record.
No,
Mm-mm.
man, you look at the top five, all of them played 20, 15 plus years. Karl Malone played for a long time. Kobe Bryant played 20 years. Kareem played 20 years. LeBron is in his 20th year. Who else am I missing?
Out of that list, um, goodness gracious, LeBron, Kareem, Carl, Kobe, Michael,
Mike.
Dirk.
Dirk played a really long time. Like, yeah, you gotta
Dirk
play.
played from '98 to 2019, so
Yeah.
20 years.
Vince Carter was just, man.
Vince Carter has played for everybody.
Yeah. Vince Carter was that dude though. Like, it made sense. Everybody wanted Vince
I
Carter.
saw him when he was playing for Memphis, and I was just like, just put Vince back on the bench, y'all.
Let Vince rest, man. Put him
You
in at
just
2-3 minutes. Let
Yeah,
him
like
rest.
give him a couple minutes of playtime and say he did something. And
Yeah.
don't let Vince sit back there.
Then
And then
he
he still went and played for like two more
for
teams.
Atlanta.
Yeah. After that.
Didn't he got the record for the oldest player,
Yeah.
I think.
He went from the Grizzlies to the Kings and then the Kings to the Hawks.
Yeah. And he played for Atlanta about 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, 18 to 20.
But yeah, man, just to piggyback to the kids thing, man, it's the kids basically kids get they where they should get the step up from what you do. Like the crazy part is I always look at this at my turntables and stuff like that. I'm trying to learn how to DJ and stuff, but if Lily's like picking it up at 3 and 4 years old versus me at 36, by the time she's 18, she surpassed me and can do so much more with it.
Yeah. I was thinking about how many athletes are now second generations in the NBA. I can't imagine trying to follow up to a parent who was great like a LeBron or a Jordan.
Yeah, it's tough.
Especially Jordan kids, I'd be like, I'm gonna do something else.
But
Which is what they did.
yeah, but the cool thing about Jordan's kids is they work for like the company.
Hmm.
All of them.
But that's what you should do.
Right. Like I feel like because it wasn't any pressure like put on from well, I hope he didn't pressure them to like doing anything like that. But I feel like that's how you create a generational thing
Hmm.
because now when they have children, they can go in and do if they want to. Like the option is always there, but the brand is built
Hmm.
off the back of their granddad at this
It's
point.
literally just let me give you an option to make money so that I'm giving you money, but I'm not giving you money.
Right, right. I'm showing I'm like you're making your own money, but you know, you still got it here. Like I got your back,
Hmm.
you know. Um and it's crazy you think about it like this that we as a community, as a race, we wasn't able to do that because our focus had to be so much on surviving at the moment.
Mhm.
We never thought about, a lot of times, a lot of families didn't get an opportunity to think about surviving at the moment and then also surviving in the future.
Mhm. Well, you put it as survive and thrive
Yeah, that's what. Yeah.
because a lot of people are still in the survive.
Hmm.
And then those that are in the thrive are sometimes frowned upon
Yeah.
because they don't have to, as you like to say, get it out the mud because
Right.
it's already out the mud.
Yeah. I got it out the mud. Now you just got to climb over the wall.
Yeah. And
But
some
here's a
people,
boost.
but some people are already at the top of the wall.
Yeah. Here's a boost, though.
And they're like, I'm going over here to General Pop.
But we don't always have the boost,
No, we don't.
and that's the hence getting it out the mud type of thing. But it's like the opportunities are there now. Well, let me rephrase it. The information is there now. Because a lot of times like before the internet, we didn't have access to the information because we didn't take the time out to, like, we have to go. Like, I don't know how many people had an encyclopedia set growing up, but we didn't.
We did.
It was only at the library, at school, or
I believe somebody actually came to my mama's door to sell her that
Really?
encyclopedia set. And I just think about now, if somebody came to my house tried to sell me anything, Robert selling them vacuum cleaners. If anybody came to my house to try to sell me an encyclopedia, a vacuum cleaner, or
Yeah.
anything, they would be sitting there talking to that doorbell
Yeah, they sure would.
because I am not opening the door.
I remember in college, man, a dude came by to sell me cable. Like the individual salespersons, they'd come by and sell me, and he sold it. He sold it to me. I was like, man, cable would be nice. And then the next month, it was cut off. For insufficient funds. He gave me a great deal, though.
Of course. I had a job interview to do that for AT&T in Jackson, Tennessee, of all the places.
Oh my God.
So they thought I was about to drive an hour outside of Memphis on a commission-based job.
Hey, mama.
Good morning. On a commission-based job to sell people that already had AT&T a better deal.
Yeah. Right. Oh,
And
man.
part of the interview was to shadow a person. I was like, this is the longest and stupidest interview I've ever had. I'm not doing this.
Well, funny thing, like, you know how I hate selling things to people that I feel like are like silly. I had that job at Sam's where, like, you go in, they be like, hey, who's your phone service or your TV service with? I had that job.
How long did you do that?
1 day.
I can imagine. I interviewed for that job, and when they told me that you were in Sam's or like the Sam's equivalent, I was like, nah, not me. I'm not doing it. Even now, a lot of those people, like when I see them and they have on their little AT&T polo or they DirecTV, whatever the polo says, that's what I got.
Look, I be dang trying to not make eye contact.
They be like, good morning, ma'am. Who is your cell phone provider? AT&T. I don't want to talk to you.
Yeah.
I came in here to buy diapers and meat.
I mean, like,
That's
my thing is, if I was like, those jobs seem to be like they're gonna go obsolete because it's like if I needed a cell phone, like,
I would just go.
I would go and get one. If I wanted to change people, I would just go talk to who I need to talk to and change them.
Now, the only people that have gotten me inside of Sam's was the people who do home improvement stuff.
Yeah.
Because that's how I found our roofing contractor was through them.
Right.
But like they be trying to show you like these are the sidings that we carry. Baby, get somebody to come to my house to do it.
Right.
I'm not about to try to decide which siding I think I like over my lettuce. I gotta go home. I'm gonna
Mhm.
call y'all and get this set up. But I appreciated them being there because I was able to quickly get a
Right,
card,
right.
take the information, come back home and do what I needed to do.
Yeah,
But they were still in there trying to sell me, and I'm like, I'm gonna call y'all.
yeah. But you needed them.
Well, at that point, I didn't know I needed them. Like initially, when I first talked to them, we were renting. I
Yeah.
didn't need them at all. I'm not
Oh, okay.
improving anybody else's home.
Nah.
So then when I went back again, I stopped them.
Yeah.
And I guess she had to go straight into her sales pitch. And I was like,
She was like, "Say word."
I just need the information. That's it. So I can get this taken care of.
Yeah.
But thank you kindly. But I'll go back to them again for something else because the the customer service has been like impeccable
Yeah.
dealing with these people
Oh
with the
yeah.
roof and all of this stuff. So it's just like it's worked out for me.
Yeah.
I would always suggest it to people, but don't stop me while I'm trying to browse my chicken. I'm just
Yeah.
coming in here to get a few diapers, a couple of packs of candy, like snacks for my
Yeah.
kids, and I'm trying to get out of here. That's it.
That's too funny, man.
And yes, you are right, J Dub. The encyclopedias were the internet,
And
and
see
now
that,
we got the internet.
and that was the problem for me.
You ain't had internet.
Nah, like I ain't like reading. I can read. I gotta preface that because for so long, Artiga was like, "I don't believe you can read," but I can
I was
read.
trying to figure out how he became a valedictorian and couldn't read.
I can read though. I just didn't like to read. Like,
It took him. I still don't think he finished that book. Jay Z's book. Did you ever finish it?
heck no. It's
Tommy's
just,
been reading Jay Z's book since before we started dating.
yeah.
We have been together. Is it this the 11th year?
I don't know. 2014, 13, 14, one or two.
13, the 10th year. 10 years. And he's still reading this Jay Z book.
I
That's
don't
why
even
I don't
think.
think he
I don't think
read.
I'm halfway through
I don't believe that you're past the first chapter.
it. I'm past the first chapter.
But I don't think I was strongly wondering. But then you finished that book that you bought for you and Trinity to read
Yeah,
together.
that was
And
a
I was
good
like,
book though.
but I was like, it's also like on third grade level.
Stop
So.
it. I need you to stop it.
So maybe he can read a little bit.
That's too funny, man. That is way too funny.
I'm gonna ask Keisha, how did you become the valedictorian?
She just ask her
I'm gonna ask her.
because I'm competitive and I can compete
I'm competitive and I can compete.
in things that I need to compete. I like learning though.
Mhm.
That's why these black facts. I be so amazed at some of the stuff that I hear.
What's the most amazing thing you've
The
heard thus far? We're what 11 days in.
yeah, Jerry Lawler was the black engineer
Mhm.
who created the video game cartridge,
Not the king.
not the king. His name is Gerald,
Mhm.
but and he got inducted into the Hall of Fame, like the video game Hall of Fame. I thought that was cool. But he created he led the team of engineers who created the first removable game cartridge. So like
Nintendo.
yeah, Nintendo, Atari,
Sega. All of them
Sega.
had removable ones.
Yeah, so it wasn't for those systems, but it was for a game system that they made. They made it was Fairchild Channel F, and the F was
What year was that?
this was 1976, and the F was for fun. Too many F's in there.
The F was for fun. They
Channel
thought that was clever.
Channel
They was like, I'm gonna kill him with
I'ma
this.
get him with this one. The F is for fun.
I saw that he had a stroke.
Oh,
You
did
know,
he?
I grew up watching Jerry Lawler
Because he was from Memphis.
because he was on Memphis wrestling, and
Oh.
that's what my brother and cousins wanted to watch on Saturday morning. And me being the only girl in the house,
That's what you
this is
had to
what
watch.
you have to watch because the boys are always watching this.
I got you. But yeah, that was the dopest thing I've seen. That I didn't know.
Mhm.
Like it's a lot of facts that I did know that I'm trying like not to. Like you can tell when I just didn't have anything because it'll be something that you know already.
Like what?
Thurgood Marshall was the first Supreme Court justice.
Oh, you put that in with the Ben Crumple.
Nah, that was I put him in Kentucky.
Oh, okay.
Brown.
Oh no, you didn't put Thurgood. I don't remember Thurgood in there. I listen to these facts and I do what I have to do to get them uploaded.
Yeah. Um,
So I might not even listen to your whole fact.
I know you don't. I know you. I know exactly what you do, man. Don't worry about it.
He just sends them to me, and I'm
Yeah,
like, "Yep, get it up."
yeah. But no, it's kind of cool though, man. Just to see, just to kind of read about like what's going on, and then just the idea of first happening now
Hmm.
versus you thinking that first should have already happened.
Did you? No, you didn't do the one for CP,
Fool.
Candace Parker.
Uh. Nah, I didn't. I remember you sending me that one. I did the one about NWA.
I'll do that one.
What?
Candace Parker is the first female in-game color commentator for the NBA All-Star Game this year.
Now that's cool. Cause we went to school with her.
She actually lived next door to me.
Did she?
Hmm.
I seen her on campus around.
She
I
was my
wave at her
next
like
door neighbor
that.
when they were doing camp for the summer.
Oh,
I
yeah.
had I was a conference assistant and I had the Lady Vols for.
Yeah.
So she was
Oh, that's dope.
my direct next door neighbor.
I got you.
So yeah.
Yeah.
What else did you have on this list?
I don't
We
know.
got a few minutes.
I just wrote some things. Rapid fire before you say anything. Mom, I just want to let you know tomorrow's my birthday.
Are you
And
telling your mother?
I'm telling my mom because sometimes she forget, and it's 36. So 36 years ago, you gave birth to me. It was
Did
a
you
it
guys
was a Thursday.
hear about the student walkout over the Black History program in Alabama? No.
No,
We're in Alabama. Students walk out Alabama. Students walk out after told to limit the Black History program. Of course, it was in Tuscaloosa.
to limit why what I don't understand is why are they limiting?
Oh, they wanted them to omit certain relevant events from an upcoming student led Black History Month program.
Why?
Because we're in Tuscaloosa and we don't want to feel bad that our great granddaddies were mean to Black people.
Yeah, Steve, she on there. She looking at it.
Well, go stop by and say hi to her today.
Yeah,
I'm sure she'd love to see
yeah. She be like Steve. She'll call me and be like, Steve, I saw Steve today.
you. Like she does when she sees Vic.
Yeah.
Vic like a family celebrity. I saw Vic.
I saw Vic today.
Then Vic got mad at you for not
Yeah, he
calling
did.
him when you was in town.
In and out, brother. In and out.
The students were told they couldn't talk about slavery and civil rights because one of our administrators felt uncomfortable.
Man, I wish every time I felt uncomfortable about something, they would change it. But I ain't too uncomfortable. Like I don't understand why people feel uncomfortable about the history of America.
I want to know who is the person. Which administrator felt uncomfortable?
Right. And why?
So we can sit down and have a conversation as the masses about
Right. Because you think about a person feeling uncomfortable about the history.
why. Hmm.
Well, you're supposed to, but you should be able to talk about it in a manner that helps change change going forward. Because you can't change what happened.
Be like, you feel uncomfortable hearing about it. What you think they felt when it was done to them?
Right. And you don't have the backlash from it.
Right.
Because
We have to assume that this person is not Black.
yeah, we have to. But you all right? You need some water?
I think so. My acid reflux has been acting up.
Yeah.
Don't laugh at me.
No, I'm just thinking about like that conversation with somebody that's saying like, yeah, I feel uncomfortable about them talking about slavery, but it happened though. And why do you feel uncomfortable about it? Did you have slaves? Because they still had slaves, I think, up until like the 50s or the 60s. Like somewhere it was in the 1900s that they had still was like enslaving people.
Where?
I can't remember where I read that fact, but Like it was illegal, of course, but they were still enslaved.
The superintendent denied allegations that an administrator told the students to leave out historical elements. It is not true that faculty or staff told students that slavery or the civil rights movement could not be a part of the program. When several community members heard this and contacted Hillcrest High administration out of concern, administration explained to them that this was false information that was circulating. So 200 kids just decided to walk out over something that they made up.
Hmm. They want us to believe that because we was born that night and
Nah,
apparently last night.
now I was born in the morning, so it was this morning. I was born 2 hours before school opened.
Right.
Like, nah, get out of here with that. I can see that because that's directly what's going on in Florida specifically, is that they want to take out what are they calling it? Critical race theory. Um to not have to talk about slavery or civil rights or anything like that. Like I've looked at it was one school system that published a textbook where they like made slavery a byline about people being immigrants. I was like,
No, I
you
don't think that's how
mean
it go.
you mean thrown on a boat and chain? Cause the way that your people came to Ellis Island was not like that.
Hmm.
I wasn't
Yeah, but the pictures,
there. But
the pictures say
heard it was a
something else.
welcoming committee at Ellis
They
Island.
say it was something else.
They put us on the auction block. So, but Black History Month program can't happen because of slavery and civil rights being
I would
talked
get
about.
fired as a history teacher.
I've been blessed to say that I've had, like in high school, I had one history teacher multiple times because I took a lot of history classes. Granted, I feel like I didn't remember a lot of it well, but I did.
Yeah, I don't remember any of my history
Well,
classes.
I did. I think I took every history class you could take at my high school.
Hmm.
But I also took every math class you could take at my high school. No, I take that back. I didn't take calculus, but I did as much as I could because I was like running out of stuff to take my
Hmm.
senior year. Like I had so many credits I could have graduated prior to, but I had to go to school a full day.
Man, I think to answer Mona's question or statement, I don't understand like why. Why is it why is it so important for people not to talk about the black history of America when most of the time in these history classes it's US history. Let's take US history for example. How can you talk about the 60s without talking about the civil rights movement?
The pure founding of America was quote unquote by some people from Europe who found land that people were already on. You didn't find it.
How
I
did
mean, you didn't discover it. It was already here.
right,
People
right.
were already living here.
That's why I don't really celebrate Christopher
I
Columbus
don't
Day.
know
I
that.
think that's the dumbest thing
I
in the
don't know
world.
him.
I can't discover like you can tell the rest of the world, but people were already
Yeah,
here.
they
So
were
I
here.
can't discover it what people already was here.
Then you brought a new group of people here and you enslaved this new group of people here and you don't want to talk about it. It's because people are uncomfortable with their family's part
Yeah.
in what
But
happened.
there's nothing you can do about your family's part. You can only do going forward. But the thing about it is it's like how can you teach a American history course if you talk about the Emancipation Proclamation? Specifically, it's freeing the slaves, not because he wanted to, but it was a make sense move.
Mhm.
I need more people. Let's free the slaves and allow them to fight with us.
So that's just like the I have to equate that with like the picture of Jerry Jones that came out,
Yeah,
um, spitting on the girl.
yeah,
And then he's like, I was only there out of curiosity. No, you were there
right.
because
Because
you wanted to keep these people out of this school.
right,
Tell it like it is.
right.
You may or may not have changed. I can't say for certain, but at this point, you found a way to profit off of black people, so you don't hate them.
Well, Mona, Mona, this sounds bad, but I ain't gonna say what I thought when you wrote that. But
So
it
many
definitely
civil
starts with
rights moments occurred in Alabama. It is history. Their behavior is going to make it their legacy. The audacity of these folks. The governor in Texas says Black history makes the white students feel uncomfortable. Duh. Like they should feel a little bit uncomfortable. That should make you have to go home and have conversations. Like I look at Tommy went to the Civil Rights Museum in Memphis, right?
yeah,
First time. Well, not the first time, but
yeah.
as an
As
adult,
an adult,
he went there. Took in things a little bit differently than doing
Mhm.
it in childhood. Had a long conversation with a older man who's probably about in his 60s at the time
yeah,
about race relations and how things happened when he was young. He immediately came home and started talking to every older person that he could find
right.
about the climate of what's going on or what was going on. These kids need to have these same conversations with they Mima and they Pawpaw. Because
Mhm.
Mima and Pawpaw was the ones that was out there.
Right, right. Like that's the thing. It's like for me, I like to when I ask about a question, I like to know what was the weather? What did you feel like? Was it warm outside? Did it was the what did it smell like? I like to know every detail that you can possibly tell me about a situation to for me to get a better picture of it
Mhm,
in my head and for me to understand it a lot better just because it's like I wasn't there.
mhm,
You know, like when I tell my kids about January 6th, oh, I was sitting on the couch. It was
mhm,
sunny outside. I was at work and we stopped to do X, Y, and Z and we just looking at it. Like I
mhm,
don't think I did any work that day. You know, me and Artica was me and your mom. I'll be
mhm.
talking to him. Me and your mom was just sitting there talking to each other, shaking our head, trying to figure out why are they doing, and it went on for so many days. And this is what the outcome was the next day, and stuff like that. But people don't think that way.
But I also like I want to be able to tell not just the this is ridiculous moments in history,
Right.
but like be able to tell them like I went to go see the first black president be
Hmm.
inaugurated. This is what it was like when that happened.
I don't want.
We watched Katanji be grilled
Right.
for hours.
Right.
Like that's a conversation to have
Hmm.
because at some point it's going to be they're gonna have to write reports on this.
Yeah.
And if I can give you a firsthand reference of what happened, man, that's gonna be worth way more than what you can read on the internet.
But you also think about it too. This moment in time in history when it's when they're trying to erase Black history out of history,
Mm-hmm.
that's gonna be written about.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's gonna be written about. Like I'm wondering, like if you're not gonna teach Black history, right? What are you going to teach? Because you can't change history because it's already written.
Mm-hmm.
You know, facts are there, and your facts can be um challenged if you come making up stuff. So I don't know, man. It's just I think that whole thing, man, is they need to rethink that. And if they're trying to make everybody comfortable, well, what about the people that it was actually affecting?
Right. There's no comfort there. There'll
Because
never
that's
be any comfort
that's
there.
still a piece of racism.
Mhm.
That you're the simple fact that you're trying to make one race of people comfortable is also racism.
People think it was so long ago. My parents were born without having full rights. They were almost teens by the time the Civil Rights Act passed. Um, I'm trying to make sure I get my year right. 1964. 1964, my mother was 8. Like my mama.
Yeah, yeah,
And it's like when people look at stuff like this, they're like, oh, this stuff happened so long ago. I'm like, no, my mother.
yeah. It didn't happen that long ago, man.
I had to get the year right because I wanted to make sure I got her
Right,
age
right.
right. Like 8 years old. That just doesn't make sense. If they lived it, I can experience the stories and tragedies. Exactly.
Yep.
I wonder what other things and events have happened in history that was never written in. A lot of stuff,
No,
I'm
it had to
sure.
be. Yeah, had to
There's
be.
so much stuff that like I I remember going on Ancestry and trying to find records from a specific courthouse in Mississippi, and this courthouse was burned down so that the black sharecroppers lost the deeds
Hmm.
because they didn't have additional copies of the deeds because they were all filed in the courthouse,
Yeah.
and so people could take over their land, and they no longer own, not
And
sharecroppers, but like this was like once it became their land after
hmm
slavery and sharecropping and all that ended. So it was like the courthouse mysteriously gets burned down. Nobody has their records to prove anything. Like,
yeah,
what?
right.
It just it happens, and if we're not keeping up with this stuff, like we just got to deal with, oh well, stuff happens.
Right, right.
It's,
But it's like I just Steve, I think that's dope. I wish I
mm,
was around when she was telling those stories. But
that's
I
the stuff I wish we recorded,
yeah,
like as a people.
right, right. It's just if you're trying to make everybody comfortable, I think the best thing you can do is explain what happened and then explain the fix.
Or find the fix.
You know, or find the what they tried to do in the solution and what we can do better as a people to make inclusion happen. Now I do think sometimes it goes a little far with the inclusion and everything, but hey, that's a different subject
Mm-hmm.
at this point because everybody has to walk on tippy toes not to make anybody feel unwelcome, you know, and it gets difficult.
It does.
So, but that's something black kids have had to deal with forever. Like the one thing that I was reading this book about black wealth, and I got it over there. I
Is this the
finished.
one Crystal gave you?
I finished it, but
He can read, y'all.
but just the idea that at one point in time, me as a black man could not walk across the street with my head held up.
Mhm.
Like if I was downtown walking or something like that, I have to look at the ground to make sure I don't look at somebody in the eye. You know, that's crazy to think about.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. That's why I'm glad I'm celebrating Black History Month with the Black Facts and like learning a lot of stuff.
Yeah. Maybe we'll be able to at one point be able to do this 365. It's gonna take a lot from you.
Oh yeah, it's gonna take a heck of a lot. I appreciate the comments and the likes and the the likes and stuff too, man. Because like it's some people that don't like give good comments.
Hmm.
Like they challenge what I say or challenge the fact that I chose for that day, which is stupid to me. But
Yeah, like I could be okay with you saying, "Oh, well, this happened too." Like that one person
yeah,
you told the story of I don't remember what it was, but they basically added more to the fact.
right. It was something about I don't remember.
It
It
might
was
have been
something
the
about
Black
DC.
History
Yeah, Black History started in like
the Black History
DC.
Week.
Yeah,
It became a month in DC
DC
first.
was the first one to be like doing it for a month or something like that. And that's the stuff that you appreciate because it starts the conversation about, oh, okay, I didn't know that. Boom, boom, boom. We start talking about that. But I had one comment. They was talking about the fact they can't take me seriously because I have a Celtics hat on.
And I'm like, the fact is a fact.
And they're
It has nothing to do with what he has
right.
on.
It's
It's a fact.
it's because like and they're trying to bring in the fact that Boston was and is a racist city, and I'm like, They don't have nothing to do with what I'm
The
talking about.
NWA is racist as an organization.
You know, so it is what it is on that. So
The NBA. What does it say? Steve said my grandma had those stories. It would be random, so you wouldn't be around, or I'd have to just come in from hanging with you. I wonder if we asked more, then they would share, and if not, too random a moment. That's
yeah,
kind of how it is. Like my mom and uncles never just volunteer information. It's always like a conversation like
yeah.
this, and then they'll be like, "I remember when," like my mom was telling me about one of my uncles getting arrested for looting, and I'm like,
What?
"He was out there.
What?
He's a pastor now." What did V say? I do find joy in knowing that Black people are starting to have these conversations. My great grandmother's parents were slaves, but she would not even talk about those moments. It's so much of that
Our families.
in our families where we just don't want to talk about things for whatever the reason is. But you're right, our children will have more accurate stories and will be able to like present the facts to them as they are and let them basically guide their own and form their own opinions about certain things. I know that like this is even like the slavery or race relations part of it, but like my grandfather lost his parents at a really young age.
Hmm.
And so he never talked about them.
Yeah.
So like my mom really doesn't know anything about her grandparents because they didn't talk about them. My
Hmm.
grandmother's mother died when she was like 2, so she got nothing besides the name because she didn't have enough time with her
Yeah.
to know anything about her. Then my grandfather's, I think his mom died when he was like 11 or 12. So not really a huge conversation there. He
Hmm.
spent more time talking about his siblings because that's where his formative years were, the biggest memories.
Hmm.
So when you have all of that coupled in with people who are very much so, we ain't talking about that right now. It's hard
Yeah.
to get the whole picture.
Yeah.
Like I remember having a conversation with your grandmother when I found out that she had been pregnant with twins.
Yeah.
And he was like, I didn't know that. And I was like, I don't even know how we got on this subject.
Yep.
We was just sitting there talking and she just, it don't take much for her to tell
Yeah.
you
No.
everything. But it was just random conversation. We
Hmm.
got to talking about twins and she just laid everything out.
Yeah.
That stuff be traumatizing as well. They probably have put it away. We need to write our stories more. We do. That was one thing that I appreciated Tommy doing at his family reunion in 2019. He sat down with some of the older people in the family and recorded them just telling a story. It
Hmm.
wasn't necessarily a story about like the family or anything, but
Yeah.
now for some of them, that's all we have left
Yeah.
is pictures and then these videos of them telling a story. Some of the stories were really funny. Some of the stories was just, let me tell you about this one time.
Yeah.
But you get to have those stories and you can share them with the family because for some of us that's the last time we'll get to hear them
Yeah.
speak, like in general, not even like giving a speech or something, but it's like that. I mean, she's still here with us, thank God. But like, I think that one prayer that you recorded that we put into the family reunion
Yeah.
video, like that's gonna be nice to have to be able to
Right.
share with
Right.
somebody. It was just a prayer. That's
Yeah.
all it was, but it was a nice moment to have.
Oh yeah, that was dope because you could see her character in that.
Yeah. Oh, her character was all through that prayer, like the head shaking.
Yeah.
And she, Father God.
Yeah. That was too funny, man.
But it was just, it was a cute moment to have. And, you know, you appreciate that we do have
Yeah.
those things. And I wish we had more of those things.
Yeah.
Y'all should travel documentary, right, Steve? And take these kids too.
Anyway.
I'm sure Zoe and Lily would love to go.
Yeah.
They'd be like, "This is my dad."
Zoe says daddy.
Okay,
She,
Zoe say daddy, and Lily says that's my dad. His
yeah.
name's Dad.
That is too funny. Anyway, guys,
We are over our time.
it is that time for me. Um, love you guys. Appreciate you guys for joining us this morning at the coffee break. The conversation is very interesting as always. And tomorrow's my birthday. So make sure you guys celebrate.
Mm.
If not with me, for me.
Mona, you should be the one that gets everybody together, even if it's just for a picnic in the park.
Yeah.
Like I did our first one, which we haven't had another one since, but I did our first one in probably 20 years, a few years ago.
Yeah.
COVID stopped us from having the second one, but
Yeah.
we're gonna get back to it.
Thank you. And
I'll say my birthday tomorrow.
my birthday tomorrow. Uh Continue to watch us and join us and everything like that. And just be on the lookout for all our content. Of course, Artika's got a video dropping today too.
I was out now.
Oh, it's out now, so check her channel out. What's your channel?
Life with Artika.
Life with Artika. Then we got the 3 Amp Media page. Go check out that stuff with me and Steve is on there when we did the Let's Discuss. So check out all that stuff. And then August Love Story. Just check it out.
Yeah.
You know, comment, share, like, and all of that good things. So
And Life with Artika's video this week is about gardening. Or
Yeah.
both videos are going to be about gardening.
Yeah.
So
you
I'm
guys.
trying to get my life together.
Mm-hmm. But love you guys. Thank you and peace.
Bye, y'all.